Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Harmony One. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's get straight into the charts. So taking a look at the Fibonacci retracement we have here, so we have our swing high in January of 2022, and we have our swing low that we printed in June of 2021. And right now we are exactly where we need to be at the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement. This is our technical target after you lose the first fib level, which you precisely did in May, and you came all the way back down and you created a potential falling wedge here, but you broke down, and right now you're sitting at the 1.618 at 0.01313, and that's a good price to be entering Harmony at because like I said, we are already at our 1.618 technical target. From the all-time high, we are sitting at a 96.5 correction. So it doesn't matter if we go even 10-15 cents lower, or percent lower, I should say, because this is very close to the bear market bottom, whether you like it or not. Bitcoin could still go to $12,000 to $10,000, obviously, and in that case, Harmony may see another, 15 to 20% pullback. That is possible. It may go all the way down to a cent. Maybe that's going to happen, but at least you're exposed to the markets in a bit. Because if you start pumping and you haven't bought into the coin, well, you're missing out, obviously. So it's smart to be exposed to the crypto markets at all times, and it's always smart to have some cash on the side to dollar cost average into your project. Now, keep in mind that this 1.618 also perfectly falls on top of this swing high that we printed in August of 2020. And the basic rule of crypto is, or technical analysis, I should say, is you break this high and you break that resistance, and then you come back down for a retest. And that's precisely what we're doing here. We're coming back for a retest. Now, this did take quite a few years to play out, but that's how it goes, right? It doesn't play out in a day. And you got very overextended here, and right now you're coming back down to this support, and this is where you're going to start building your next major support level, your base, right? And from there, you can start moving into the next bull market, hopefully. So I'm not saying we cannot go lower. All I'm saying is that these prices are good to start dollar cost averaging. So if I was buying into Harmony One, this is where I would be starting, okay? And obviously the next support level would be the 0.008 cents, and this is because we have a swing high here in December of 2019, and we have a swing high in January of 2021. We ran into that level as resistance, and we broke above in February as well, and we haven't retested that. So if we fail to hold above the 1.618, we could see a move all the way down to the 0.008 cents, and that's another 45% move to the downside. Obviously, that is still possible. Nothing is impossible in the crypto markets, and you should be ready for that outcome. But at some point, you have to understand that you cannot guess where the bottom is going to be. And back when we were sitting here at 25 cents, I'm sure a lot of people were hoping to buy into Harmony One below 2 cents, and now you have that opportunity, and you're going to be saying, well, I wanted to go down just a little bit more, and then I'm going to buy in. Well, people like that usually end up missing out on these good prices, and what they do is they start buying in once the price reverses, and they realize that it's not going to be coming back, and they buy in at these higher prices, and then you have the next capitulation, and they're like down here where they were back, at the same place they were back a couple of months ago, and they were like, oh, why did I buy in? So you're never going to guess when the price is going to reverse. Obviously, the sentiment needs to reverse, and Bitcoin needs to start getting bullish news. Hopefully, we get some good news out of the XRP lawsuit with SEC. However, I don't think SEC is going to be losing because, well, it doesn't make sense for the SEC to lose. You know what I mean? But hopefully, Tesla's going to say something about Bitcoin and we're going to get the bull market going in 2024. Plus we have the halving. So there are good events that are going to be igniting the bull market. But until then, we're going to be seeing these corrections, these black swan events, and you should be ready for a drop any day of the week. So have some cash, have some stable coins ready to go. And yeah, let's see what we have here on the daily RSI. So as you can see, we have a support block on the RSI, 36.4 to 32.8. That's the support block that we're targeting right now. The last couple of touches we had from there were fruitful because we saw, immediate pumps afterwards. If you do end up going below, then I would target this support block. Roughly the RSI of 23 is where that is. And obviously that's already in the oversold, so you don't need me to tell you that that's a good buying opportunity. But typically, as you can see, this golden support block, every time we were in that area, we saw a pump and we saw a bounce to the upside. The white trend line likes to keep us down and likes to suppress us. So whenever we see a pump, that's a good area to start taking some profit. So the ideal scenario would be this. We bounce from the golden support block and then we have a move to the upside. That's a terrible drawing of the RSI moving average, but you get what I mean. And we run into the white trend line, you take profits, and then we have the next pullback. That's basically what I'm talking about. But obviously, as you can see, you can have these large and quick moves to the upside. So we can have something like this play out, right? And if you see the RSI running into the white trend line, just look at the previous times you've ran into it, 3 previous resistance tests, with the first one taking place in September of 2021. That just mathematically shows that, you are likely to see a bounce from there to the downside. However, if you're holding Harmony One for the long term, there is no need to be worried about these resistance trend lines. You should only be buying off of these major support levels and during Black Swan events. Now, let's switch over to the Binance website. And before we continue, I quickly want to ask you, do you value your privacy? If the answer is yes, then you must take a look at ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers you the privacy that you deserve, no activity logs and no connection logs. Your internet provider won't be able to access anything, and anyone using the same open free Wi-Fi in the cafe as you won't be able to do any harm or breach your security. You can use the ExpressVPN application on any device. You can connect it to your PlayStation, or you can even connect it to your router so that anyone who connects is automatically secured. Or if you're looking to access any region-blocked content on your streaming platform, well, ExpressVPN can do that as well. If you're living in the Netherlands and you want to access a TV show that's only available in Japan, well, my friend, you can do that with ExpressVPN. You can use the link down below in the description and get a discounted price along with 3 extra months for free. You can get your money back if you don't like it, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it because we all need the privacy, and in today's age especially. And you can also pay with Bitcoin, so that's a really cool feature as well. And let's get on with the video. So taking a look at the weekly chart here, as you can see, we are in a falling wedge pattern with a technical target at 0.03077 cents. From where we are right now, that is a 132% move to the upside, which is, in my opinion, very more than enough during a bear market. And we are in this support block that I've drawn out for you. As you can see, this is based off of this swing high in August and with the swing low that we printed in November. So we are in this support block. This could be a good area for us to either have a little sideways crab market, or if we actually want this pattern to play out, we're going to see a very strong breakout. Potentially in January or at the end of December, we might see something bullish play out and we might get to our technical target, retest the August high, and then we have the next pullback down. So if you're entering Harmony One for that midterm trade, for this pattern to play out, I would say it's very likely that that's going to happen because a lot of altcoins are setting up with these falling wedge patterns, and I think something's going to happen that's going to make the markets go up, and we're going to see a retracement to the upside, right? And we're going to see a pretty quick retracement at that, and everyone's going to think that we're going back into the bull market, and that's just going to be a way for us to liquidate all the shorts, and then we're going to liquidate all the longs. You know how it goes. But be ready for a breakout here any day of the week, because Harmony One is literally in the apex of the pattern right now. You know, I think the next couple of weeks are going to be important for this decision. Obviously, I'm not saying we can't break to the downside. It's just that usually, 75% of the time, falling wedges break to the upside. However, if we start breaking to the downside, you can always target these previous lows or the previous highs that we have. So yeah, that's for the weekly. You can also target the 20 EMA if you want to be a bit safe, a bit more safe, and take profits earlier than from where we are right now to the 20 EMA. That's 71.5%, and still in a bear market, that's really good. And taking a look at the weekly RSI, as you can see, we are very, very low. So in terms of the RSI, in terms of the stochastic, these are perfect opportunities for us to be, dollar cost averaging into this project. And as you can see, we were just starting to retrace to the upside on the stochastic, but this is insignificant, really. Once we start getting all the way up here, and that's when I would start thinking about either taking profits, and we have to analyze what the markets and the sentiment is at that time. But once the stochastic starts moving outside of the oversold position, that's when we can start talking. For now, it's just accumulation time. So if I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join my Patreon. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.